Turn on the audio. There we go. Uh, Hello and welcome, internet friends, cats, crittens alike. I am Ben, also known as MetaMongoose, over on the Crit Cats Discord, and tonight I'm here to run a game of D&D for my friends. As we've mentioned in previous streams, and if you haven't watched the previous streams, please go back and watch them. We are running a modified version of the Owlbear Run adventure that was published back in issue 213 of the Dungeon magazine that was published in April of 2013. My players for this adventure are Sasha, playing the Silver Dragonborn Paladin Thrakrin, Nick, playing the Eladrin Ranger Elrovis, Lynn, playing the Copper Dragonborn Warlock Vinkathragrin, and John, playing the Eladrin Monk Dersim. When last we left our adventurers, they had briefly got lost in an invisible enchanted illusion of a forest for a bit. Encountered some Fey trickery from Linnell and her Fey band, though they managed to avoid the worst of that. And then, as we determined, beat up an enchanted hobo on the road, who demanded that they give him sacrifices of dead things, and that kind of happened right up until the beating up of the hobo happened, and then the owlbear and a couple of the adventurers got lost in a portal to the Feywild for a little bit, but it all worked out
Snooze.
when everything was said and done. No limbs were lost.
There's always time for next
Let us, while we're at it here, check the advancement map to see how the teams are doing. So as it stands, we have having rolled last week to see how the challenges went and the successes or failures therein. It looks like Linnell's Feyband commanding lead at the moment. I think Gremble and his Stormhammers are either slightly ahead or on par with our party, depending on how the next twists and turns go. And Brandok's Brute Squad is having some serious difficulties with their owlbear and have not really progressed as far as they would have liked. But that is where the race stands currently. This, of course, is influenced by how well the players interact with their particular challenges, and also how well or poorly the dice fall for the opposing teams. There is a table in this adventure that involves what kind of challenges the teams get, how the owlbears are influenced by those challenges, how the teams react to the owlbears they've been accustomed to. Due to the party choosing Kitten, that has kind of rearranged the owlbears away from their planned teams from the adventure. And so that has led to some very interesting rolls so far. So I look forward to seeing how that all stacks up here at the end of this run. So with that being said, you had previously, like I said, beat up an armored hobo on the road, a emissary of the Lord of Death, he claimed to be, until you beat him senseless and held him fast by magics. And having reeled your owlbear kitten in from the depths of the Feywild back onto the road proper, you have continued along the path to your next planned location. The blurb for which reads, the trail crosses a small bridge, or, well, broken bridge at this point, that spans a steep embankment above a rapidly flowing stream. As you approach the bridge, your owlbear halts, peers over the bank at the water flowing below, then it settles back on its haunches and plants itself stubbornly in the ground. This is the map you find yourselves on. Um, there is a what resembles a bridge made of the spinal column of some kind of snake creature, and it looks like there was a bit of a stone bridge crossing that has fallen to the rushing waters below. Your owlbear kitten does not seem interested at this time in moving across the waters. As you move closer to the banks, you do see that some kind of roughing up of the ground has occurred in weird geometric shapes.
Hmm.
So, who would like to do what?
How difficult a jump would it be from where I'm at to just above?
Uh, for you as a monk, not a very difficult jump. The ground over there, though, looks kind of like a marshy mud, and you don't know how stable it is.
Mm-hmm. And about how deep of a fall is it?
Um, it's I want to say maybe like a 10-foot grade down.
Okay. Annoying enough that it would be frustrating to get back.
Yes, especially if you don't have a firm uh, place to jump from.
Gotcha.
I'm going to try to look around to figure out, to see if I can figure out what in the world's going on with these markings on the ground, because I can see they're on our side and the other side, right?
Okay. Yes. Well, you can see them clearly on this side. You
But I
see
know they
kind of
exist on the
some
other
of you.
side, but I
Yeah, you can see that the ground does look roughed up on the other side as well.
yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what in the
In
world's
fact,
going
while
on,
you're
because
looking around, make for me a perception check.
I noticed Kitten does not want to go anywhere near this, and that's kind of weird.
Well, Kitten's also not interested in like a 10-foot drop down into rushing water. That is a natural 20. Okay. So, as you're looking around, you notice, of course, that these roughed up markings do appear arcane in nature. So, you will probably either need an arcana check or know somebody of magical means to decipher what's kind of going on here. Also,
Who could
on the
that
far
be?
side of the river, where there is a whole bunch more of these circular shapes, sticking up out of the ground in these four circles over here, there look to be some kind of statues or plinths with like geometric shapes carved in them, but you can't see what those are from this side of the river.
Okay. Um. Ooh, that's a fun one. Vin, could you help me figure out what these symbols were for? I know it's something magical, but that's not my thing.
I can see what I can do.
Also,
Then
if you guys haven't noticed it, there's a couple odd statues on the other side.
Hmm.
Um,
I guess while Vin's investigating that, I'm gonna see like how stable is this little spine looking?
It is what you think the tail column of a large dead creature, kind of floating in the water. You are a monk, so with the appropriate expenditures of like a key point or something, I forget. Do you have Step of the Wind or whatever it is that monks have yet? Is that a features? Yes, you have Step of the Wind.
Yes, I do.
So you think with your monk abilities, you could easily hop across this tailbone to the other side. You are positive that it could not support the weight of at least your armored paladin and or an owlbear.
Yeah.
The other two might be able to get across on it, but it would be a little rough for them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend a key point and cry a little bit about that because I only have so many of those. Do I need to roll for anything?
No, with the expenditure of a key point, you can very easily just kind of like hop from tailbone to tailbone across the water.
Alright, mind if I make that Arcana check?
You may. 18 is not bad. You are interested to note that a lot of the runes and markings that are being used incorporate various elemental themes to them. You notice a distinct amount of arcane calligraphy that kind of determines transformational or transmutation magic.
Okay, so I'll go back to Avoris and I'll be like, Finn says, so it seems like the markings correlate to elements, and there might be some transmutation magic going on as well.
Wonderful. Joy.
Thrakren, you've got Kitten on a leash. She has firmly planted her owl butt on the ground.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't really been able to move around. He's just kind of there. He will try to get her to go up, not necessarily to move somewhere, I guess, but it's to kind of coax her, try to figure out why she's planting and digging. Right.
Make for me a nature or animal handling roll.
Second here. You said nature or animal handling?
Correct.
Yay!
13. So it does seem odd to you that an owlbear would not be interested in the water because, I mean, this is where they get their fish. Like, sliding down into like a little muddy ravine and getting, fish and moving on about their day is not an uncommon practice. But there is something that is making her be more cautious, and you think that might it. You don't think that it's an external thing. It might be an internal owlbear thought process thing.
Like something spooked her and she doesn't want to go.
No, because you feel that she's being overly cautious for an owlbear in this situation. You're just not sure why.
Well, she doesn't want to budge.
I mean, you can force the issue. You're strong enough to be like, all right, come on.
He wants to try to be nice.
Right. I mean, you can also try that, but I'm just letting you know, like, either of those options are acceptable.
showboaty, yes, but he does like to be nice. So
Looks
he
at how
will
many times
try.
brute strength has worked for you.
I know, that's why I'm like, this is why he likes to be nice. Because
This is why he likes to be nice.
my dice hate me. So like, anyways, he will try to get her to come up and like at least stand up, not like sit on her behind, like
Okay,
actually
and
stand
how are you going about that?
up. He's going to talk to her and be like, "Come on, girl, you'll be okay. Let's get up and we can at least try." And then he's gonna try to go behind and like push up.
Okay. Um, make for me a strength athletics roll. See if you can uh, get her rump in the air.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Thank you.
That's not terrible.
Thank you.
So with a 22, you definitely get her on her 4 feet again,
Mhm.
and maybe even like inched up a little bit.
Yeah. So that's pretty much got her up. He's like, "All right, good job. We got this. All right, we're gonna move a little closer, like 5 feet.
Uh,
Don't
Dersim,
expect that."
you're over on the other side now. There is a lot more of this arcane scribblings in the mud over here.
I mean, he's gonna start looking around, figuring out what's going on. He's not exactly versed in Arcana, so he's not gonna be looking specifically for heavily Arcana things. He's gonna look around for like any sort of disturbances. More basically, he's trying to see if it's just something magical around, or if it's some kind of creature or other people or what have you.
Okay. So are you heading toward over that area?
Yeah.
So since you're not particularly versed in the arcana of it all, there is a there are four kind of like stone statues
Mhm.
that have a lot of relief carvings all over them depicting various elemental forces. There is one statue that, let's see, the one up here has a what looks to be some kind of a humanoid djinn with a swirling brown tattered cloak around him uh, in clockwise order. Next to it is a what looks like a volcanic throne and a what looks to be some kind of humanoid fire sitting on it. But you're not really sure what the deal is there. To the south, there is a giant humanoid of rock and crystal. Its eyes are made of like chipped obsidian, and the body is kind of sparkling with mica bits. And then closer to the water is a huge cresting wave with like two large pearlescent eyes that kind of like slightly glow.
You see him just shoving down his first instinct to like, oh, shiny, pluck those eyes and see what happens.
And in between each of these statues, at like the little midpoints here in the circle, are effectively little bowls that look like little copper or like silver filigreed offering plates.
So what I'm hearing is fifth element.
I mean,
Um,
you're gonna have to find a multipass and
Give
get
me a minute.
get a reincarnated Lilu.
all right. After a bit of examining, I'm going to just like kind of shout over towards the rest of them, giving them like a brief description of like the various statues and a handful of braziers that look like to be offering ceremonial question mark. I don't know this junk. With that, he's also going to head. I'm going to select my character again. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head this way.
Okay.
Okay. The way you said that made me think you were going to say something else. I'm
no,
going
you're
to
fine.
go up here. Is there a spot I could like tie some rope to?
Sure. There's like some broken stone that you can tie like a rope around.
Do I feel like it would be stable enough to not collapse if someone, I don't know, roughly yanked on it?
Make a strength athletics roll for me. You are unable to move this stone.
Awesome. I'm going to just like wrap a little rope around it, make sure it's nice and taut, and then throw a little line to the other side after explaining, yeah, I don't think anyone other than me is going to come this way, so try coming this way instead.
Okay.
Vin will take up that offer
All right.
and start heading over there.
So you are taking up the rope and are just gonna like swing over there and climb up the wall,
Yeah.
or is that your plan, or do you have a different strategy?
No, that was my plan, basically.
More or less that, except I'm going to be obviously helping out a little bit.
Okay.
So.
I just need a Dex acrobatics roll from you to kind of swing appropriately across without falling into the river.
Alright, this should be fine. It should be easy. I don't know if it was that easy.
You hit the side of the wall after like the bottom half of you drags into the river, and now you are being pulled south into the water. The good news is that you're holding onto a rope, so you can't go anywhere particularly once the rope gets taut, which is about here. And theoretically, Dersim can maybe help reel you in, provided he is strong enough to do that.
That is what I will attempt to do.
Okay, I need a strength athletics roll from you. All right, so you're in the process of reeling in your Dragonborn companion. Elrovis, how about you? What do you see all of that happening?
Okay, I'm looking at that. I don't need to try to hop in to help, which is good. But now it's the thought process of how are we getting an owlbear across, because I don't think the owlbear is going to swing across on the rope.
I mean, I know one way you could do it.
I would hope so.
The
Mr.
owlbear won't
DM.
like it, but you could do it.
Yeah. Owlbear's
yeah.
not gonna like it.
I'm gonna head over here just to get a better look to see exactly how sturdy or stable this whole area is.
Make for me a nature check, or I'll even accept a survival roll. Either one of those.
My survival roll is much better. I'll make that roll.
Okay.
It's the same damn thing.
He says
Is
rolling
it better?
a worse number.
Welcome to my life.
So it is definitely like a marshy, muddy ground. You don't know how stable it would be. Like, you know that it would be kind of squishy to walk on. You don't know how bad it would be if you landed on it at the force of, I just jumped from 10 feet up and like 5 or 10 feet over.
So, where he's at currently
Yes.
is a 10-foot drop.
Yes, straight down into the water.
Technically, is this also a 10-foot drop?
Yes, the whole ridge
The
line
whole
is.
cliffside. It's a whole cliffside, essentially.
Yes.
Okay. And it goes to over here to stairs.
Yes, it looks like there used to be a stone bridge, but it has mostly crumbled away.
Okay.
And currently, Dersim is at the top of the stone bridge. He has a rope tied around a pretty hefty looking rock and is using it as an anchor to fish in Vin, who tried to swing into the area, missed horribly, and is now kind of being drug along in the water. Um, Make for me, Thakran, just an intelligence roll.
Oh. Oh boy.
You get to remember how smart our paladin is.
18. She's 18 smart. Uh, so the immediate obvious choice, now that you've anchored a rope, could just be to affix it to the harness and push Kitten off the edge into the water. Theoretically, she's not going to go anywhere because rope. And arguably, once she's down there, she'll have to figure out a way to get to the other side if she doesn't want to be wet anymore.
Fair.
But that is like the basic choice. That will require a little bit of force on your part, though, because she does not seem interested in that plan.
He's trying to get her closer. He has
Make for me an animal handling roll.
son of a biscuit. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Okay,
Queen.
you are coaxing her ever closer to the edge.
And we'll stop right here.
Okay.
Don't be like, well, we could probably attach the rope to her harness
Mhm.
down there. She'll have to get to the other side. Granted, she's probably not going to want to do it, so I'm going to have to push her down.
Yeah, I'm
I don't-
pretty sure she won't be happy with that.
Yeah. You're pretty sure the Owlbear does not understand what you're saying, but she does look at you and like coos.
Like, that's her.
So, I'm gonna check over to see how the Vin fishing is going.
It's going well. It's going well. Do you
Okay.
want to work your way toward the other bank, Vin?
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
That's not terribly hard since you're anchored on a rope. You can kind of move toward this edge and kind of climb up. It's not as steep on this side. Still pretty muddy though. By the time you get out, you're just kind of caked in water and mud.
All right. Well, now they are on the other side. Then she will untie herself, or yeah, get herself untangled from the rope. Uh, Pass it back over here.
Yeah, it can be
Yeah.
reeled in by Dersim pretty easily, and then he can toss it
Okay.
back over.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
And then I think then she'll
You're
probably
on the land now.
fair enough. And I think Vin will probably make her way over to the statues now.
Okay. An Arcana check will help.
Sounds good. Oh,
Ooh. Maybe not that
Oh.
Arcana check. You feel vaguely disappointed in yourself considering one of the statues is a djinn. You're like, I should probably know who that is, but I don't.
So I guess with that, are the bowls that the statue
Sorry, I realized I was muted. Doesn't someone have a lucky feat they could maybe try and do?
You're
If I know
correct.
exactly how that feat works.
Oh, yes, you did
It
roll
is-
a 1. You can use your lucky feat to re-roll it.
I mean, it can't be worse. So I think I will
that
use
is
lucky.
technically true. It cannot be worse.
I I think I will use it. It's a long once per long rest thing, so I was kind of holding off, but this is probably the time to do it. All right, re-rolling.
Hey, that's way better.
That's a
Hey.
lot better. That is a lot better.
As you stare at these things and try to figure some stuff out, like whispers begin to waft from your lamp and kind of like direct you in the right. So the first statue, the one of the Jinn, is Yansi Bin, the Howling Hatred. It is the basically evil arc elemental of air, and you can see his statue depicts a almost an entire civilization wiped out by howling winds and sandstorms.
All right, good start. Good start.
The one to the south of you is Olhydra, the Well of Endless Anguish. Again, an arc elemental, this one of water. The images depict whole like flotillas just laid in wreckage in the wake of her power. The southern one is Ogremark, the Mountain of Doom. Again, an evil arch elemental. The images of him are just bodies impaled on crystalline formations that seem to be erupting out of the ground. And then the last is Imix, the all-consuming fire, the fire evil arc elemental. Again, as described, he is shown sitting on this volcanic throne. You know that the place he is sitting is the Isle of Burnt Dreams in the blazing sea of the elemental plane of fire, the seat of his power.
It seems safe.
But each of these statues kind of depict the horrific, atrocity-ridden history of these elementals, and there seems to be, like I said, an offering dish in between each of them in the circle.
Well, this is concerning, but okay.
With that investigation going on, Elrovis, what do you got going on over with the owlbear and Thrakran?
Dersim, toss me a rope, please.
I have done so.
Easily tossed.
And now, once we can do it, we are going to firmly attach this rope to Kitten's harness.
Me kind of staring.
That has
having
been done.
This planned out. Check sturdiness of brick.
Again, it is not a brick you can move.
And before we go too far on here, Thakran, you good on this side on your own?
Yep. Yeah. Got
Good.
this.
I'm going to come over here I'm going to get to the other side and help Dersim in case we need to act on that.
And how are you getting to the other side?
I'm going to give the rope a little tug and see if I can use it to help get myself across.
Sure.
Like if it doesn't feel like I'm.
Well, I mean, it's attached to an owlbear and a stone.
Right. I'm just making sure it's not going to tug or pull away or something.
I mean, assuming the owlbear doesn't move, yes.
Then I'm going to try to get myself across.
Okay.
Through
Make
the
me
rope.
a Dex acrobatics roll. While I make a different roll. Okay. So two things happen. One, Kitten was not appraised of this plan of yours, and immediately lurches closer to the water edge when your weight is added to the rope, because she just kind of takes her off balance. It's not that she can't lift you; it's that she wasn't expecting that, and it's kind of twisted up her feet
Okay.
underneath her as she tries to balance for it. This drops the rope down, which you were not counting on, and you need to make me a dexterity saving throw to hold on to the rope instead of get washed away in the water as the rope kind of dips closer and then goes taut again. Good news, you held on.
Yay.
So yes, without, if you're quick about it, you can make it to the other side without any real issues.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Other than like maybe your backpack's a little wet now that it has splashed into the water.
Could be worse. So yeah, get up there and make sure everything's still nice and secure.
Over on this side, the rope is still tied to the stone.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna try to get her to go.
And how's he doing that?
If at first she doesn't go, he is going to push her. Because
Okay.
there's not much else that we can do at this point.
Also, I'm super not on that little broken part of the bridge.
So he is getting behind her, essentially.
Yep.
Dice, please. Do you need a strength athletics for this?
I will want that, yes.
Will she... So she's not gonna go.
It is very clear to you that for whatever reason, she is not interested in voluntarily taking this risk.
Okay. He is going to push her.
Okay.
Needs a bath.
He's like, I'm so sorry, but I have to do this.
I am sorry for what I must do.
I am.
Huh!
Get out of here, you
I know
stinking
I know
animal.
what must be done. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it.
20's not
For
bad.
once, literally.
So a 20 will push her off the edge.
Oh no! That's not where
and
he wanted to push her.
Well, she didn't.
He
She
wanted
didn't
to
quite
push
go.
her right here.
Yeah, that didn't work out. You hear a cacophony of
No.
angry hisses, chirps, tweets as she splashes into the water below,
No.
and then like
That's where he
gets
pushed
drugged
her.
down the water a little bit until she kind of rights herself. The rope doesn't quite go taut, but then she immediately scampers this direction, and I need
He's like, I'm
Dersim to
sorry.
make a dexterity saving throw as she charges that way before she runs out of rope.
Oh, poor girl.
16 is good. You are able to kind of step back just as she gets to about here, or right about here, and then her rope kind of stops. Let me make a quick strength athletics roll for the owlbear to see how that stone holds up. Okay, stone holds. It does not. Elrovis, you're up there on the bridge, and you see the stone kind of like shift a little, but then it holds steady.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then Kitten like is shaking like all the water and like mud off of her. It's making kind of a mess.
Cool. Thakrin, you might want to get back to Kitten pretty quick.
He's like, Kitten, I'm gonna be there. Give me a minute. He has to. I don't know if there's rope left.
There isn't anymore. It's tied to the owlbear.
No. Yep. That's what I thought. Well,
It's almost like that was my original plan or something, for it not to be tied to an owlbear.
I'm sorry. He was more concerned about.
So there is
being
water
there.
beneath you, except for this location of marshy ground that a full plate male dragonborn will have to jump
Uh-huh.
on if they don't want to be in the
Uh-huh.
water.
Uh-huh.
I'm
How
sure it'll be
could,
fine.
like, I mean, how do we know how deep that water is in that marshy area? Like, say, the next square in front of me?
It seems to be relatively deep.
Um,
Maybe not over your head because you're kind of tall, but
I will end up going under because of my
that will
weight.
definitely happen.
So my goal is to get here.
Okay.
Fine. Dragonborn can
Um,
breathe underwater, right?
for I mean, I guess if she was a dragon turtle dragonborn, no.
Also, yes, obviously, no, they cannot.
I am
yeah.
a silver dragonborn.
And in general they cannot. But if you make me a dex acrobatics roll as you
Oh,
leap over to land where you want to land.
oh, Ben, I'm so good at those rolls. You said acrobatics.
Yep.
I'm so good at it.
Show it.
I hate you,
Show
dice.
us how you're dex based
Hey!
character.
No.
Not a strength one. Yep. Dex based team. Dex based team.
All right. So you do land exactly where you wanted to.
Right there.
Apparently, Foundry has
That
frozen
was.
slightly.
Uh-oh.
Give
That
it a
was
second.
his goal.
Yeah, we'll give it a second to think. But you do land
Yeah.
there.
Paying for it
You
once people just
also
jumped.
manage to sink about hip deep
Oops.
in this marshy mud.
Can I get myself out of it? Is it easy to get?
You're going to maybe need some help, and the both you and the helper are going to need some kind of a strength athletics roll.
Oh god.
He just like goes funk. Uh, eh, eh. Um, I'm gonna need help out, please.
I will toss a rope down.
Of your own
Of my
design.
own, yes.
Okay.
And the other end, I'm going to see, is there another similar rock I can attach it to?
Up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's several.
Okay. I'll attach that. I'll attach my end to that, if for nothing else than to give me a little more leverage.
Okay.
Because I know where my strength lies, and it's not in physical strength.
Don't worry.
Um,
If the dice like me enough, I'll do most of the work myself.
Yeah, but I want the rock to do the work for me.
Um. Well, with that, I need a strength athletics roll from the both of you.
Dice, I hate you. All of my hate. All of my hate.
The good
Doesn't
news, Elrovis, you have appropriately anchored the rock, or anchored the rope, and are doing a pretty solid job on your end. The problem is, all you're really doing is kind of like wobbling Thrakrin in and out of the mud, so like space is kind of opening up in where their legs are, and it's kind of filling in with water. But they haven't seemed to get free at the moment. While that's going on, Vin, you are very next to a very distraught, wet owlbear who is anchored to a stone, and Dirseem.
I'm.
Could Vin potentially like try to calm down Kitten?
How would you like to do that? For that
Just
will
kind
determine
of
what you need to roll.
just kind of like petting her, trying to get like the mud off of her, and like trying to make. She probably doesn't know what sounds that an owlbear would make. She doesn't know what sounds would be good sounds, but
Okay, so you're trying to make owlbear noises. All right, an
Yeah.
animal handling roll will be required.
All right.
Soothing owl. You're just petting her. Soothing owlbear noises. Soothing owlbear noises. 15. 15's not bad. You manage to at least get her to stop trying to gnaw on the rope.
That's good. That's good.
At the moment, and she just kind of like plops herself down and is trying to like preen the mud out of her fur. Dirsim, what are you doing?
Well, I was avoiding all of that to start with.
That's a good start.
Yeah. Owlbear is not his job as far as he's concerned. Um, he's probably gonna take a hot minute to look at the statues, try and make heads or tails of anything that's going on there. Probably quickly see the evil nature he's going to guess, and then go, I think maybe we should just avoid this altogether and just move on.
Possibly.
But he's just gonna like take a couple steps ahead, look, see if there's anything crazy ahead of us.
No, it looks like the path kind of continues on
Okay.
onto this drier land this
Because
way.
he's got nothing on any of this aside from making meta calls that I don't think he would have any idea on.
Thrakran, feel free to pull yourself out of this mud.
I mean, if the dice like me, he's trying. So that's what he's going to do.
Another strength athletics roll should determine how long it's going to take you to get out of here.
You know what?
There we go.
Hey,
Thank
that's
you.
great. All right, you can very easily pull yourself up to these steps. Again, from about the waist down, you're just caked in mud.
He finally figures out the trick. He's like, oh, I got it. Oh, there's a slip in the. Okay.
So yeah, you make it to solid stone and can kind of head up and over to the other side pretty easily now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what he does.
Okay. Once Thakran's up and safe, I'll retrieve my rope.
Okay. There's still one rope up here. It is deadlined right to Kitten.
And I'm gonna keep an eye on it until Thakran can retrieve a kitten.
Okay. Kitten's leash rope is just kind of dangling in the mud over there by her.
Yep.
There actually is one thing I'm gonna check. Around the various like
Yes.
braziers, do they have any kind of symbolism that's like combining, like in the spot I meant, combining like water and air?
They are basically just featureless metal offering plates.
Awesome.
You're free to make that leap in logic if you wish. That is not a hard leap of logic to head down, but there's no evidentiary support to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beyond that, it is an offering dish between two elements on a circle.
Yep.
Huh? I'll bite. I think Vin might try doing that.
Okay, try doing what?
So Vin, she'll just scoop some mud out from the ground.
Okay.
And then use Mage Hand so that she's a good distance away to put that mud into this bowl here.
Okay. When you slop down some mud with your mage hand, the circle begins to glow, as does the like etchings on the various statues, and in the center here, a third, or well, not a third, a fifth pillar kind of begins to slightly materialize. It's still not solid, but like the shape of a pillar begins to materialize, and there is like a potion bottle that is sitting on top of it.
As that happens, there seems going to jump out, very very startled, going, "I was in that."
Yeah.
Wow.
But yes,
Uh,
the it looks like you have stumbled upon a revealing activation of a potion bottle floating over a stone that is in the center of this circle that wasn't there before. It still kind of feels or looks very translucent and illusory, as if it is not yet solid or in tune with this plane of existence.
well, in for a penny, in for a pound. He there seems going to just carefully step back inside that ring and see if he can examine that potion bottle.
At the moment, it kind of is just the outline of a bottle. You cannot see what would be in it.
Okay. No markings.
No.
Okay.
The two of you over by the bridge are welcome to join them at this point. You are, or stay there.
Yeah.
Nah. I'd say I'll go ahead and free the rope and return it to Dercine.
Yeah.
Okay.
He will.
He looks at the rope. You can keep it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can just keep it. Fine.
Also, because that may or may not have been over encumbering me.
Oh, it's a little heavy. Little
Yeah.
heavy, was it?
That eighth strength only goes so far.
But yes, you two both also see this kind of translucent pillar in the center that has some kind of a floating potion bottle kind of hovering above it.
Interesting.
Well, I guess if you three can figure out how to combine water and air, air and fire and earth, maybe free potion?
I don't know if I can do that. Considering now he's kind of like more focused on Kitten, trying to apologize.
I mean, what would wind and water be? Rain?
How would you how would you attempt to simulate that offering?
That is part of his issue.
Hmm.
I mean, as the only dry one, I'm gonna actually pop over here. I'm going to light a torch and kind of like fan the embers towards this next dish.
Okay. As you do that, and the embers kind of like drift over the dish, the images and lightings of all the etchings kind of intensify, and the pillar begins to solidify even more.
Okay.
Fire and earth is the one that's going to stump me here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was just gonna burn a rock.
Charcoal.
I mean, charcoal's wood.
Yeah.
Well, you got charcoal from the fire from a couple days ago, or did you leave it there like normal people?
Probably left it there, but that doesn't mean we can't make some. Look over to these trees over to the
I mean,
side.
there's definitely plant life around here.
I will move myself over
There's
here.
like there's even like some wooden stakes like sticking out of the ground over here.
Oh, how dry do those look?
I mean, they're some of like the ones over in the grass area are drier than the ones by by the mud, but
Driest ones I can possibly get, small bits, and I'm going
they're
to.
definitely drier than fresh wood from a tree that has
Yeah,
not been dried.
I was hoping to find some twigs or something over there, but this will work fine. And try to set myself a little fire and just let that cook for a bit while
Okay.
we figure out the fourth one.
All right.
Anyone else have an idea?
Steam, potentially?
I feel like that's a little too fire watery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take like a spare towel or garment that I've got and just dunk it into the street. Well, because this is like the bank end, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
it's much more shallow on this side than it was the other.
So I'm going to like dunk that in, get it, then drench out like the majority of the water. Walk back over here, like stretch it out and kind of like smack it, like causing like water droplet slash vapor to like fly off that way, kind of the same way I did it with the torch, except water.
That does not work the way you want it to.
Okay. In the sense that nothing happens, or the sense
Correct.
that something bad happens?
No. In the sense that nothing seems to happen.
Okay. That was my main idea.
When Dersim does this, though, Thakran, you can make an intelligence check.
Oh. Goody.
Come on, brightens the party.
Just what I thought.
All right.
Thanks, dice.
You think that
So
that
helpful.
Dersim might be on the right track, but you're not sure if what he's you're not sure what he's doing wrong. Like that,
Yeah.
you think that could be a viable solution, but he's missing something.
Right.
But you don't know what.
Right. Yeah, he kind of like scratches the top of his head and kind of goes, "Oh, you're on to something, but I'm not exactly sure what."
And he just nods and waves you off, basically ignoring you, like he does.
He goes, "I mean, I have water and earth on me. That's mud."
Yes.
Yeah.
Rubs it off.
We already got that one.
Got it.
But Vin, do you have any suggestions on the how to make a combination of water and wind?
Still kind of thinking. Don't have any ideas
Water
right
and
now.
air. If only you could make carbonated water. I mean, make for me an intelligence roll.
Oh, this should be fun.
Seems good. All right. Well, both the Dragonborn are stumped, Dersim. So, best of luck.
How about this? Vin, I remember you had that what was it called? That spell did a bunch of weird little things. One of it was like you can make like a puff of air or something. He's very clearly not remembering your spells.
Water and air.
I have that?
He's describing prestidigitation.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Or a mode of prestidigitation.
Yes. Yeah, I know. It's all right. I'm explaining a spell to a person who's just started playing 5e, and it's one of the
Right.
random little spells.
Right,
It's fine.
right.
You should know that, right? But yeah, what if you did like a gust of wind while I'm doing whatever the hell I was just doing?
I wouldn't mind trying it out. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Basically the same thing, just involving more water, basically this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she'll get in position to yeah, throw a gust of wind towards the bowl.
Okay. Make for me an Arcana check to appropriately manipulate these droplets of water with your with your prestidigitation spell.
Alright.
Uh, yeah. As there seems like shaking the water, flicking the water from the rag that direction. You're kind of manipulating it with little puffs of air from your prestidigitation, and then the droplets are kind of hitting the bowl more like rain would, and the circle begins to light up even more, and the pillar solidifies even more.
Is it solid now?
No, you're
Oh wait,
still
no, we
short.
haven't
You're
gotten
still
the
short
fire
one.
earth yet.
Someone's over here making
Yeah.
charcoal. That might take a little bit.
Let's say how we doing on that? By the way, like even just a
You
little enough to make
definitely
a little
have
bit.
bits of wood on fire that are turning into embers currently.
Ugh. While that's happening, does it look like anyone has camped through this area at all recently?
Make for me a survival roll. As you very unsafely walk away from your fire. No, there
It's in the
is
middle of
what
nowhere.
looks
We're
to
fine.
be it's in the middle of nowhere, and it's not even our forest. It doesn't matter if it catches on fire. No, there looks to be like there was a camp over here that someone has buried their. It looks like someone had kind of like turned over their campfire probably
I'll
several days ago.
I'll kind of roughage through there to see if I can find some charcoal. Otherwise, we'll have to wait until ours is ready.
You do find some used charcoal there, which is good because making your own would have taken a while.
Yeah, I'm going to go back here and put out the fire. And then I'm going to move over here. Okay, you guys all ready?
Yep.
And I'm going to put it in the brazier.
Okay. When you clink those into the brazier, the circles begin to light up even more with a mixture of various colors, and the pillar solidifies completely, and the potion that was floating above it floats down and rests on the pillar itself. It looks like, and you hear like the clink of glass on stone.
You are muted.
You are muted.
Well, if no one's going to grab it, he's gonna like carefully step in, making sure to watch his step before snatching it and bolting.
Okay.
Look, Thakrin, you want to grab it next time, you're more than welcome to.
You now have a weirdly multicolor swirling potion in your hands.
I'm assuming, being a monk, I don't have any idea what that is.
You're correct.
Cool. Magic lady, your turn.
Alright. Vin takes it and tries to see if she can decipher anything from it.
An Arcana roll will be required,
Alright.
or if you have Identify, that also is acceptable.
We do not.
We
Okay.
do not.
All right. Well, that's right. You don't have Identify. That's why you were in town to begin with. That's correct. We had that talk. So you know that the potion seems to be swirling with primordial power. What that does is beyond you with a roll of a 2, which gets you a 5. Though you are fairly certain that it is something that does not have to be drank all at once to gain its effect. There's probably about 4 good swigs in it.
All right, I'll relay this back to Dersim.
Okay. Well, maybe it. I'm not going to say anything because that's going to be super metagaming. Well, I mean, hold on to it then.
All right.
Right. Other than that, we spent enough time here. Might as well get going.
Agreed.
Yes, very much so.
Seems good. It is rather easy at this point, now that Kitten is done preening and getting all the mud out of her fur. You can kind of move her along away from this water.
Yeah, that's
She's
what.
she is not interested in being near it.
It's definitely gonna help her go. So there is that rundown building.
But anyway, as you guys head that way, it is another easily 20-30 minutes of walking down the trail before you come to the next strange thing. You are kind of moving along the trail when, from the opposite direction, a cottage approaches. It looks like
I'm
an
sorry,
ordinary
what?
cottage. Its timbers
Hold
are
on.
of pine. I said what I said.
Making sure I heard you correctly.
A
Now,
cottage approaches. It looks like an ordinary cottage. Its timbers of pine, its roof slate shingles, its chimney of gray stones. It is altogether commonplace, in fact, except for the 20 or so odd horse legs that carry it down the trail in your direction. Hello! A
Discworld.
friendly voice calls from the front door. Might you be interested in a fine meal and a respectful residence? Don't be shy. Come inside. The cottage settles itself onto the ground, the door swings open, and from inside the door wafts the aromas of spices, fresh baked breads, and roasted meats.
that's it, guys. I don't think we're looking to homestead here, so we got a race to finish.
Instantaneously try make
Less
sure
less
Zin's
interested in a
like,
pit stop?
hidden away.
Surely you're tired.
Just to make sure, no person this voice is originating from, correct?
You do not see
can see.
you do not see where this voice is originating from. It is probably from the building itself.
I want to do an insight check. This thing is trying to get us in, and not for the best of purposes. I'm assuming.
I mean, that is an
I just want
assumption
to make
you
sure.
can make. Depends
That's
how.
what the insight check is for.
It is trying to get you inside of it for whatever reason. I mean, that is a valid line that you have decided that it can be nefarious. Though the Wizard Brothers are strange people, and you are kind of tired from your recent owlbear wrangling across a river, possibly down some spell slots and maybe a little hungry. But you think that maybe this is less safe than it seems. Not that it seemed that safe to begin with, though it is being very friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. I think we can. I think we can do better.
Oh no,
Well-
I'm full. as he's like trying to get Kitten to make sure that she's not smelling the aromas because that's the problem he has right now.
Make an
He's trying to
animal
pull her
handling
out.
roll. Throckrin.
Yeah. No, that was almost
Why is it always you?
So
because
At-
I'm the babysitter.
yeah. So at the moment,
I'm pretty sure we're babysitting you.
No, I'm babysitting that. I'm babysitting
at
this
the
thing.
at the moment,
call Kitten that.
you kind of give
Rude.
Kitten's leash a tug, and you're like, no, we should probably not. And Kitten's kind of looking at this strange thing that has settled down in front of the path, and kind of like chirps a little bit. And the door kind of opens, and you can see like piles of spiced meats on like a table. It says, "Yes, Owlbear, please. The food is free, Owlbear." And you're like, the Owlbear doesn't understand you.
No.
It's an owlbear.
He's like, Kitten, no, we can't do this right now. We gotta get going.
At this exact moment, she does not seem interested in moving without assistance from your friends. Your talking has not persuaded her.
Yep, that's why I figured that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna help out with the trying to coax Kitten away. No, there's better stuff. There's better food for you when we get done with the race. Come on, Kitten, and try to gently coax her away from this
I'll
walking
get you
house.
A whole pile of spiced meats when we get there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help with the gentle persuasion. I'm going to go with the helping grab the leash and pull.
Okay. Arovas, I need an animal handling roll from you, and Dirseem, I need a strength athletics roll from you.
Am I also providing assistance?
Not at this exact moment. You're still trying. You're in the talking her out of wandering in phase of this. So all right. So I've got so far a failure on the animal handling, a success on the animal handling, and a failure on the athletics. Vin, how would you like to help swing this?
What can I do? Could I potentially use Mage Hand to attempt to shut the door?
Potentially.
All right, Vin will try that then.
Okay. Just because this door is arguably attached to a living house, just make for me an Arcana roll to kind of maneuver it and try to see if you can get it without the house responding. Oh, nice. So you're like, and door shuts. At that point,
looks like they're not taking any visitors today.
At that point, Kitten kind of turns to you guys because the view of tables of spiced meats has been cast aside, and you start trying to like lead her away.
Sounds good to me.
All right. As you're walking away, behind you, you hear the house. And it's like, you can leave, but you leave that owlbear for me. And it gets up.
No.
Let's tackle combat.
Oh boy. Oh.
It's fine. It's just a house.
Oh, of course. That would have been a 17. Hate you, dice. Why do you do this to me?
It's fine. I'm just gonna punch
and then
a house.
Kitten's roll. All right.
You just say you're gonna punch a house.
I mean, if we can't run, yes, I'm pretty sure that's the only other option for me.
I mean, you could try to run. I'm not gonna stop you.
No.
But Dersim, you are first.
I mean, well, talking's a free action. I'm like, are we trying to run, or are we sticking around for points at giant house with open mouth and tongue?
No, I think we're running from this.
That's it. How quickly did it come up on us, by the way?
It doesn't come up on you. Oh,
No,
like
no.
originally?
Yeah.
Fairly, like casually. Like a cart and horse at like a low gate.
Which path did we take to get here? What were we on? This side or
You were
this
on the
side?
main. You were on the main path here,
And we're going
and
So we're
this
arguably
way?
you're going this. You're going up this way.
We're going.
Oh, running is. I think it's going to catch us. I think it's going to. I don't think we're going to be able to run the way we want to run here.
I think we should still try. I'm gonna move. I think that's like 30 feet. Oh yeah, I have 40 feet because I'm a monk. God damn it!
Yeah,
I'm not used to
you're
having more than
fast. Fast
30
monk.
feet. I will move here. Actually, no, here. And I will just hold the rest of my action if the house comes to fight me. I guess I will punch it.
Punch the house. Got it.
Yep, I'll punch the house. You know, normal things.
Yep. The house does, in fact, close the distance rather easily.
As my roommate just looks over at me and thumbs up as I'm talking about his favorite class things, and I'm like, I hate monks. All right, yeah, I'm gonna punch the house if I'm allowed.
You are allowed to. Here, I'll back you up so you can use the rest of your turn. But you are allowed to punch the house
Alright,
at your leisure before it gets in at you.
Oh yeah, I kind of need to point at the house and attack it. Oh, word mimic. Okay, that's interesting.
It does not go as well as you'd like.
Well, I'm glad I got 2 punches, and
That goes a little better.
I hit it. All right. How's the house kill me?
Well, it tries to get you. Go back to it so I can use its turn. I bite.
Oh. And I can't use deflect missiles or slow fall on that. I'm down.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh,
That's exactly what it needed to down me.
You saw that happen. He punches a window and then just gets like the house's full face just consumes him. We're gonna move you. I'm gonna move you over here, which counts for currently inside the house.
Oh.
The good news is you're not actually injured in the way you think you are. I will give you back some hit points because what it did when it consumed you with the bite was just swallow you into the house.
Okay.
So you're now trapped inside of it.
I am.
Vin, this thing has swallowed Dersim.
all right.
And it turns its gaping maw toward Kitten.
Oh.
So what I think Vin is going to do is that she will move a little bit forward.
Wow, chat. Really? You're telling them to leave me behind?
No.
Wow.
Oh, chat.
Chad's They doing you dirty.
Chat's out for blood.
I don't know. I kind of like
had a
the.
bad enough week. Now I have to die.
I know. I kind of like this Chandelier Uvula thing. You know.
I cannot move my character for some reason.
Is it your turn?
It is.
Yes.
Have you actually selected your character? In the top left, are you on the person the token controls highlighted?
Yes.
Are you also have the select token?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There you go.
So I will move right here.
Okay.
And not that one. And then I'm going to cast Thunderclap onto the house.
Okay. Target the house. Cast the spell. I believe the house gets a save. Yada yada.
Yeah.
Oh. Does it auto? Did it fail its save? No, it didn't roll the save. How weird.
Nope.
Huh.
That's fine. I can do this. I have powers. Maybe. You've rolled a concentration roll.
Oh.
Oh, wait,
Did
that's
you
wrong.
target yourself with the spell?
Maybe I did.
Try. Oh yeah, you're currently set as the target. Try targeting the monster.
That might help.
Also, Thunderclap does require that you be in range. All right, so there's you. You're now targeting the monster and not yourself. Try to Thunderclap again.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, it says I'm 15 feet away. I see.
Yeah, you got to be 5 feet away from it.
Okay.
So
Uh,
basically here.
I cannot move that far, actually.
I mean, we
From
can
where
just
you
say
were.
you move differently, so that way you.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can move
fair
you up
enough.
there. That's fine.
Okay.
And still somehow went to.
So
Just told us
right now,
try a
look,
third. Try a
alt-
third time.
Alt left click yourself.
There we go.
Try it
All
again.
right. There we go.
Okay, it's gonna keep doing that.
There we go. Well, we definitely did the monster.
Now it's prompting me for a Constitution saving throw.
Go ahead and roll
That's
it.
because it's hitting you with your own spell. How weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah, the automation just says all creatures within this range. It also includes yourself in that range.
Anyway, it made a. I saw the 19 roll for it, so it made the save.
All right.
Okay.
So add 11 hit points back to yourself.
Yeah.
I shall be doing that.
And then Elrovus, it is your turn.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, can't do both of those. So we'll go ahead and just start by declaring the giant house monster my favorite foe for the combat. Let's see.
It is now favored to be your foe.
Cool. Now, I'm going to move myself as many feet as I can over here.
Looks like one more box down. There you go.
Here.
There.
There we go. And I will launch the first arrow into the house.
Okay.
Yeah, get it right in its glass face.
Right in the glass face. Yeah, that happens. So Dirsim, you're in the house. A arrow goes flying through the windows, kind of shattering one of the windows, and then like plinks into like a roast pig that was knocked over on the floor next to you.
So, does it just look like the normal house that I'm in now?
I mean, no, you're this like the internals of the house are moving because you're inside the creature
Yeah.
that's moving around.
But, like, I'm not in, like, what visibly looks like a gullet.
Uh, not well, not really. Like it's the floorboards are like creaking and moving around inside in the shape of this hunched over creature.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is there any,
Well,
like, lit candles or a fireplace?
Oh yeah, there's a fireplace. It is currently burning.
Cool. Any, like, nice, like, fire tongs that are around it or something?
There might be some on your turn. You'll have to go look for them because they may have been moved around as the house shifted into combat mode. It's
That
kind of a
is my
mess
turn.
on the floor in here right now.
Okay. On my turn, that is what I will likely do.
Okay.
Cool.
It is Kitten's turn.
Hold on.
Oh wait, no, I take that back. It is Elrovis's turn still.
Right, and we're gonna get ourselves another.
Yep.
Nope, no, we're not.
Yep, 2 attack actions. But
We're not doing that.
I didn't know our archers couldn't hit the broadside of a house.
Apparently,
Hey, I hit it once.
but not a second time. Uh,
Apparently, I didn't knock the arrow correctly.
Kitten is hissing angrily at this structure and is beginning to tug on the rope. Thrakran, would you let go of the rope, or are you going to reel her in?
Is she like trying to tug to attack it?
Yeah, it looks like she's kind of like lurching forward at it. Like she might try to like rip at it.
I mean,
but she can't get close enough because you're holding on to the rope at the moment.
He's gonna let her do it because he's also gonna fight since Dirsim is trapped inside.
Okay. It will require that you let go of her leash.
Oh, so nice of you to assume I'm alive.
When you let go of the leash, she charges in at this creature.
One for me.
And get it the old beak attack. Why is it saying 0 targets? Am I not close enough? I'm not close enough. Let's try again. Only this time correctly.
You targeted Kitten.
Why am I? Kitten is targeting the house. There we go. She rolled a 1. Okay, great job. Kitten kind of like nips at it, but like pulls herself away before she can actually connect. It's kind of like one of those little threatening actions.
All right. Just a reminder, you might need to heal Kitten.
I will heal Kitten. And then Thrakran, it is your turn.
Okay. He's obviously going to. Well, maybe. I don't know if he's close enough.
You are exactly 1 cell away from where you need to be. Maybe 2.
Shoot. guess he'll move up here
Okay,
so he can be next to her.
seems
And
good.
Let's see. Don't remember how many spell slots I have.
As a paladin at 5th level, you should have at least like 2 or 3 slots.
I'm trying to remember where to find it that I can see how many
If you look in the spellbook tab of your sheet, it should give you a count
There
for
we
each
go.
level.
That's where it is.
Yes, you have 2 1st level spell slots, 2 2nd level spell slots, it looks like, left currently.
Because I know he can do something.
So do you have any non-melee based thing you would like to attempt?
I'm pretty sure he's got heroism. Don't remember.
Yes, you do. It's first level spell.
Yeah. Turner. That's what I'm trying to think of right now.
What spell?
Heroism. I'm trying to remember what it does. I know it's a buff, but I don't remember.
Immune to frighten and gains temp hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each turn.
Yep.
He's gonna cast that on Kitten.
Okay, so click on Kitten as the target and cast the spell.
Is it a
alt left click?
Alt left click. There we go. There we go.
Kitten becomes heroic. True.
Kitten was always
true She-Ra transformation.
She get it? Okay. Willing creature. Right. I thought I casted it, but I click on it, clicked on her. She's targeted right now. Unless I don't. Oh, I don't have it prepared.
Oh, it's not one of your prepared ones. That's why.
That's why it's not.
The only first level ones you have currently prepared are Bane, Hunter's Mark, and Cure Wounds.
That's what it is.
And Shield of Faith and Wrathful Smite. You did not prepare Heroism.
That's why. I only looked on the left side. I didn't look on the right, and then I finally looked on the right and went, "Oh, it's not prepared." That's
yeah. So what I would do is, if you're looking in your sheet, where it says prepared, like bracket or parentheses 5, just click that. It'll only show those spells.
Yeah, that helps. Appreciate it. Okay.
So yes. Any other thing?
Yes, he will use it instead to cast Shield of Faith on her instead. I'm hoping that it worked. Oh, it's self, isn't it?
No.
It says creature.
Shield of Faith is target other people.
Okay. Must target. Okay. I have targeted. I have targeted her. She is now targeted. It won't. It says you must target most one token.
You also have the house targeted, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
Here, I've untargeted the house. See if it works now.
Technical difficulty. It says before rolling the attack. Okay. Just, am I not doing it right on, am I just clicking the spell for it to be casted? Like clicking on the words, Shield of Faith.
This is an action, right?
It is an action.
It's a bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus action spell?
Yep.
I've done it.
Okay.
So when do you have your battle, your little battle toggle up that has like all your information on the bottom of your screen?
Did you click the swords in the top left?
Down there. the hotkeys.
Okay.
So no. So
So-
in the top left, the little person icon is like surrounded by an orange box, correct?
Uh huh.
All right. See the swords?
It's like 3 down and to the right. The little cross swords.
Okay. See the swords. There we go.
Click the swords.
I clicked the swords.
Okay.
All right. That
So
is
now,
the main HUD that you should need.
so now if you click, you see where it says like bonus action cast spell. If you click on that, it brings up the spells you can cast. And what I did was I just clicked on the Shield of Faith after targeting Kitten.
That's fine.
But anyway, so that's what has happened. Dersim, you are inside a house.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm gonna start investigating, see if there's something I can use to pull that wood that is currently burning out of the fire. Assuming there's not just like a big enough chunk that I could just grab it.
Make for me a perception check to move through all the detritus of food and plates and what have you.
That was an 18.
You very easily can find the like fire poker implements scattered around underneath like a
will-
table.
Use that. Try and grab like the biggest chunk of burning wood that I can that is grabbable, and
Okay.
I will start attempting to light as many things on fire that I can find.
You're just holding this hunk of wood and you're just stabbing it into things that you think can burn.
I mean, I'm gonna go for fabrics first.
Right. Well, yeah, like your fabric chairs, your plush couches, your curtains.
The curtains. Yes. But yeah, that is my current plan.
Okay. Make for me. Let's see. Just roll me 2d10 as you begin starting a fire inside of this house.
I mean, I'm just making this token more true to life because all of these pictures where the light is so red and orange, the only way that's possible is if it's on fire on the inside. Ruin all those like nice Christmas home pictures that you remember seeing in the past.
But yes, you begin starting various fires, and the house kind of lets out a creaking shriek in pain and starts convulsing like maybe it's going to try to cough you up or something here later. It is its turn, but first it wants to see about this dragonborn that's in front of it. Vin, you might get eaten. Vin,
So you got
am I not?
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought.
So Vin, you've got immunity to fire, right?
I have got immunity to acid,
That's not
or
fair.
I have a resistance to acid.
This thing tries to swallow you, but does not immediately succeed this turn.
So is that actual damage then?
It's kind of actual damage. Once your character hits 0 hit points, it will have swallowed you, and you get some of those hit points back.
Okay.
It's a weird way to simulate it trying to eat you. But anyway, Vin, it is your turn. This thing slobbers all over you, trying to eat you, but you manage to get out of the open doorway before the like claws around its mouth kind of pull back in.
All right, so am I able to just like move back?
Yes, it does not have a real reaction ability.
Okay. So Vin, kind of disgusted by this, she decides to move back closer to Elrovis, and she's gonna start blasting with some Eldritch Blast.
Just your casual reminder, you have 2 of those.
This is true. This might
Yes.
come in useful.
It's a secret tool we get to use right now.
All right, and
Blasted
going
it at least once. And twice. Look at those lasers
Ooh.
go. Look at them. Look at them.
That's 22 damage.
Oh, jeez. This house is getting beat up. Elrovis, I think it's your turn.
It is, and the first thing I'm going to do is Finn isn't looking so hot, is she?
No, little covered in scratches and little acid burns here or there that she kind of resisted earlier.
Yeah, we're gonna heal her a little bit.
You are healed slightly. You feel better.
I'll
And
take it.
now that that's
Yay.
happened, I'm going to continue moving a little further away. And yet another arrow. That will not-
rolled another one.
Okay, that's not good. That's not good for the bow.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Anything else?
Aside from being disappointed and staring at my bowstring, no.
All right. It is Kitten's turn then. And bolstered by various magics, she's going to begin tearing into this house. But roll terribly both times.
Oh.
Sadly. And then end her turn, allowing Thrakren to go.
Yay! Finally! Woo! Up to there. Having his shield and flail, he is going to attempt to hit. And probably didn't hit. Oh, well,
No, you did. It doesn't have a very high armor class. You just
You know
can't
what?
roll a 1.
gonna use it. Gotta protect my friends.
Thanks for pointing that out, Ben.
Gonna smite the.
Huh.
Just gonna
Yeah,
smite
he
the
did.
house.
He did. However, I didn't see anything roll for the smite damage.
So in
It
the
offered to what it did, so I clicked it and it didn't roll anything.
did you roll from the over on the left hand side in the or the right hand side in the chat? Do you see where it says Divine Smite?
Don't see. Oh, I think it shows it here. The Divine Smite with a 3d8. That's 3d8 radiant.
Oh
right
yes,
there, right above
bludgeoning
the
and
flail.
radiant. So yeah, it added it in.
Yeah. Yep.
You're good. You
he's like,
smash
"Ah!"
into it.
And let's see if I can do something. You said bonus action, so that's what I'm. Oh, there's bonus action.
You're currently concentrating on a shield of faith on
Oh,
Kit.
Shield of Faith is that. Okay.
It is
That's fine. We'll
concentration.
leave it that way.
Okay.
We'll leave it that way.
Dersim, you are still inside the house. Are you still lighting fires with wild abandon?
If it looks like there are more things to light on fire, and
Oh, there definitely
not
are.
about.
There's like beds in here.
Oh yeah, I'm lighting things on fire.
Okay. Roll me another 2d10.
Woo!
All right. Health has been updated. And then I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, as it's getting rather smoky in here.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's not great for me. I take more damage than the house.
You take 7 fire damage
All right.
from the hot smoke you're inhaling.
Cool. How far away is the nearest window?
Well, the thing about it is, on the inside, the windows seem to be barred with like fangs and like spiky protrusions.
Fine. All right.
But the house is in the process of trying to regurgitate you. We'll see if it actually gets away with it this turn. because it doesn't like constantly being burned from within. Speaking of, it's its turn. It's going to make a Constitution save real quick. Maybe? Said quick. Oh, I clicked on the wrong button. That's why. Alright. On a 20, it just kind of goes, "Bleh!" and you tumble out onto the ground
Oh.
in front of it.
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm just like basically. Well, no, I'm a monk. I could probably not.
Oh yeah,
stand.
you easily like roll to a stand fairly easily. Then it tries to eat Thakran. Why did it say I have 2 targets? Am I somehow accidentally targeting myself? How weird.
That
Use
is
my
not a command.
shield. Aha! Ow! I don't know.
Thakran, you get bit pretty bad, but don't get swallowed.
I don't know. It's asking me for a con save.
Say yes, because you need to make a Constitution save for
Normal,
the.
disadvantage, or advantage.
Do what?
It's saying normal, advantage, or disadvantage.
I'd
Normal.
imagine normal.
Yay!
You're good. You made your Constitution saving throw. You're still concentrating on your shield on Kitten.
Oh, that's what it is then. Okay.
Yes. Anyway, Vin, you're up.
Alright, then she'll probably just move back a little bit more and continue to blast the house.
My poor house. Yep.
And again.
One laser. And another laser. My poor house. Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me, really.
Elrovis, you're up.
Okay. Which of them looks like they're worse off? The one that was inside the house or the one that was just bit by the house?
It's hard to say. One has more hit points than the other traditionally, but arguably Dersim has less hit points than Thrakran.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I just wanted to do a quick gauge on that. So,
I hate this
Dersim.
race.
Say what?
I hate this race.
Yeah.
But you signed up for it to race owlbears. It's great. Fun times.
Remind me when that was my decision.
When they said they'd pay for you if you lost.
Cool. So we'll go ahead and use not as much of a healing word as I was hoping for.
Just
On,
like look over and go,
Minimum
get better,
number.
Dersim.
Hands me a card. Just says, "Get better, you fuck."
And now we will hopefully actually hit with an arrow this time.
We'll see. Hey, damage happened.
Yay!
You're doing it.
Yay.
Anything else?
No, I'll try to move myself over here just to be a little more in the middle in case I need to do something like that again.
Okay. Kitten will again try to tear into this house. Very confused. Why? There we go. Apparently
That's a
she
crit.
crit on the house. Ooh. And then she will bite it a second time. She's just tearing away boards.
Yeah.
And as she kind of digs through, she kind of rips out a what seems to be some underpinning structure underneath, and the whole floorboard area just kind of opens up and disgorges like a bunch of wood and various other detritus. The house begins to fall apart.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Kitten burrows inside of it after the meat. Since no one's holding a leash, immediately dives in and starts digging around inside the house.
Kitten, come on. Come on, girl. Come on.
Thrakern, make for me a strength athletics roll to kind of like pull boards and stuff out of the way as you're wading into this rubble of a house.
That's slightly on fire.
That's slightly on fire.
Yay. Total of 20.
Yep. You kind of push away enough stuff to kind of uncover Kitten, who comes up with like a horse leg in her mouth that was probably from underneath the house.
You know what? You've earned it. Come on. Come on, let's go.
You motion to her and she just kind of like shakes her head at you like you might want to take her horse leg, and she's like, "No, my horse leg."
No. He'll grab the leash and then he kind of, come on.
You give her a little tug, and she kind of trots after you, horse leg in mouth. And she kind of
earned it. She's earned it.
follows you out of the rubble.
Now, which direction are we going? That the Shield of Faith can drop too.
I believe we're heading towards that little bridge.
This little one?
Yep. How's everyone doing?
Yes.
This is the last time you guys pick the adventure. He says, actively being about 10 to 15 steps ahead of everyone.
Okay. Anyway, with that as the closing remark of this leg of the journey, let me grab my notes here real quick, because it's time to check on how the other teams went.
Oh no.
How many of the other teams fought a house? Hopefully all of them.
I hope they fought worse. Hell, I hope they decided to go in.
Hey, they could have fought worse. They could have fought a warehouse. I'm not apologizing.
A warehouse.
I'm slightly triggered by that today. I'm slightly triggered by that today. Thank you.
I know now how you did and how the other teams did. So we will see how things shake out in the next week when we find our party on the next leg of the journey. At least Kitten has her horse leg to chew on for a little while. That'll keep her busy for a bit, maybe. But anyway, those of you who've been watching us this evening, thank you very much. Feel free to watch this again later on the YouTubes if you want, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, that's cool as well. All of our fun links to all of our socials are down below in the descriptions. Feel free to come hang out with us out on our Discord channel. If you happen to have a Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription that gives you a Twitch Prime subscription and would like to send it our way, or just a simple like and or follow in whatever social group or area you're doing those in, those are also fun to have, just to know that people are watching and liking what we do. But yeah, definitely swing by our Discord and hang out with us. We like chatting with folks.
Do we have a command for the Discord?
We do. Somebody does, but I don't. But it's in the links in our various.
It's not.
Is it not?
Oh no, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's there. But anyway,
There, I'll just paste it. There you go.
there. It has been pasted in the Discord for those of you who are looking for it. Or wait, in the chat. Anyway, that thing. It's been a night. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and we will see you all again next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.